Okay, let's unpack this. The sun's coming out, the open road's calling, and you've got your travel trailer ready for adventure. But first, right, you got to wake it up from its winter nap. We've got a whole stack of information here, guides, checklists, you name it all, about de-winterizing. You might think, oh, it's just flushing some pipes. Easy enough. Well, diving into this material, it gets really interesting because it shows this is actually a critical annual thing, like a full system reboot.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here is why it's so vital. It seems simple, but it's not just about, comfort. It's a really key preventative maintenance step.
Yeah.
The sources, they really highlight that skipping this, it can lead to some significant costly damage, like burst pipes if even tiny bits of leftover moisture freeze again, or appliances just not working right. It's really about ensuring everything's ready to go, protecting your investment, and crucially, making sure it's safe.
Right. And the timing is key, isn't it? Our sources stress you absolutely have to wait. Wait till the ambient temperature consistently stays above freezing.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Reintroducing water too soon is just asking for trouble. And expensive repairs.
So our mission for this deep dive, guide you through the essentials we gleaned from all this material, why you do it, the key areas you need to check, exterior, interior systems, all that, and some maybe surprising details that make a big difference between a smooth season and, well, potential headaches.
Yeah.
We'll touch on flushing the plumbing, handling the water heater, and there's a big safety warning there.
Yep.
Checking electrical and propane, including how to test for leaks and even sorting out the inside. We've also got some insights on troubleshooting common issues that might pop up.
Precisely. This isn't just like ticking boxes on a checklist. It's a systematic activation of every critical component that keeps your RV safe and working properly. We'll pull out the specifics, like the exact bleach ratio for sanitizing. I think it was 14 cup per 15 or 16 gallons. Or the importance of running the generator under a load, not just idling it. It's these kinds of details that turn a quick chore into a really thorough safeguard for your whole setup.
Okay, so let's start where the sources suggest outside. The material really emphasizes a full exterior inspection first. Why start there?
Well, because that's where winter weather can do the most visible damage, or sometimes hidden damage. You're basically looking for anything that seems off, especially checking the roof condition, all the seals around windows, doors, vents. The sources point out that even tiny cracks can let water seep in later. Leads to leaks, maybe even rot. Not good.
Got it. And the tires. That's a big one mentioned everywhere in the material.
Oh, absolutely crucial. The pressure needs to be set based on the RV's loaded weight and the manufacturer's sticker. Critically, not just the max pressure you see stamped on the tire sidewall itself.
Right, that's just the maximum the tire can handle.
Exactly. The sources explain the correct pressure for your specific RV weight is vital for, safe handling and just making the tires last longer. Also, check the tread depth. Look for cracks on the sidewalls and think about replacing them every, say, 5 to 7 years, even if the tread looks okay. Rubber just degrades over time. Oh, check your exterior lights, the awning condition, and the hitch connection too. Just a good once-over.
Okay, outside checked, let's head inside. Plumbing. That pink stuff, the antifreeze gotta go, right?
Absolutely. That's the main goal here. Flush out all that non-toxic RV antifreeze. You can use a city water hookup or your freshwater tank with the RV's own pump. Doesn't really matter how. Just open all the faucets hot and cold inside. Plus the toilet valve, outside shower if you have one. Keep them open until the water runs completely clear. No trace of pink, no funny taste. And don't forget to open those low-point drains too. They're specifically there to get residual liquid out from the lowest spots.
And a major safety warning the sources hammered home.
Yeah.
The water heater.
Yes. Pay close attention here. If your water heater was bypassed for winterizing, most of them switch those valves back to normal operation now. But the sources are crystal clear.
Yeah.
Never turn on an empty water heater. Doesn't matter if it's electric or propane.
Never, ever.
Never, ever. You'll burn out the heating element like that instantly. So make absolutely sure it's full of water before you flip any power switch for it.
Yeah.
Let water run through a hot tap first to be sure.
Okay, once flushed, the material talks about sanitizing the system. Why is that step actually needed?
Good question. It's to kill off any bacteria or, mold that might have decided to grow in the lines while it sat in storage. The standard method is using a specific bleach solution. You mix about 14 cups of regular plain old household bleach, unscented, for every 15 or 16 gallons of your freshwater tank capacity. Pour that mix into the fresh tank, then fill the tank completely with fresh water. Then run that bleach water through all the taps, hot and cold again, until you can smell the bleach at each one. Let it sit in the system for at least 3 hours, though 12 is probably better if you have the time. Then flush with fresh water repeatedly until that bleach smell is totally gone. And super important, always replace the water filter cartridge if you have one after sanitizing and flushing right before you plan to actually drink the water.
Right. New filter after the bleach. Got it. All right. Moving on from water. Power is next.
Correct. Time to reinstall your RV batteries if you took them out. Make sure they're fully charged. Check their voltage. Around 12.7 volts usually means a full charge. Then connect to shore power, plug it in like at a campground, and test every single outlet and appliance. Run the fridge on AC power, test the microwave, the air conditioning, anything that uses electricity. For your generator, check the oil, other fluids, start it up, and the source is really stress running it for a couple of hours under about half its rated load.
Not just letting it idle.
Right. Running it idle just shows it starts. Putting a load on it, like running the AC, confirms it actually generates power reliably when you need it.
Makes sense. And propane. Vital for lots of RV systems, but safety first, always.
Absolutely. First step. Turn off all your propane appliances and the tank valves themselves. Once your tanks are filled, and usually to about 80% capacity and reconnected, open those valves slowly. The critical safety check here is the soapy water test. Cannot skip this. Just spray a mix of dish soap and water onto all the propane connections, the valves, the regulator itself. If you see bubbles forming, that's a leak. Tighten the connection, spray again. Retest until 0 bubbles.
Simple but effective.
Very. Then test all your propane appliances again, making sure the water heater's full of water before you test it. And please, don't forget to test your carbon monoxide CO detector and your LP gas detector inside the RV. Press the test buttons, change their batteries if they need it. Those things save lives.
Okay, almost there. Finally, sorting out the interior itself.
All right, this is more of a general cleanup and check. Look carefully for any signs of pest mice, insects that might have moved in over the winter. Check corners, drawers. Look for any mold or mildew, especially in damp areas. Wipe down surfaces. And test those safety detectors again. Smoke, CO, LP gas. Can't test them too much. Check your fire extinguisher gauge too. Make sure it's in the green. Oh, and if your RV has slide outs, extend them fully, retract them fully. Listen for any weird noises, grinding sounds. Inspect the seals around the slides too. Check for tears or damage. The sources also suggest maybe a short test drive, just to listen for anything rattling or loose after sitting for months.
Wow, okay. That was a lot packed in there, but it covers all the critical systems from the material pretty thoroughly. From, understanding why your tire pressure isn't just the number on the sidewall, to that really crucial step of never turning on an empty water heater. Yikes.
Indeed. The sources really underscore that diligence here prevents so many issues down the road. It highlights how interconnected everything is in an RV. How a seemingly small oversight, like not quite flushing all the antifreeze or skipping that soapy water test for propane leaks, can lead to pretty major problems, or even, frankly, danger. Testing those safety detectors, yeah, absolutely life-saving, non-negotiable.
Absolutely. And remembering the little things, like swapping out that water filter before you start using the system for clean drinking water. It's simple, but so important.
This brings up an interesting point for you to think about. Given the potential for these hidden issues like tiny microcracks from freezing you can't see, or connections may be loosened up during storage, how does understanding the why behind each specific de-winterization step maybe change your approach to routine RV maintenance throughout the whole camping season?
That's a really great point. Thinking about the layers of protection you're putting in place right now, at the start, makes you more mindful later, maybe. Well, hopefully this deep dive helps you feel confident and prepared to get your travel trailer safely ready for the season. Here's to many great adventures on the road ahead now.